We're here in front of the East Portico of the United States Capitol. And we're here because on March 4th, 1865, a significant event happened involving Abraham Lincoln, who was president, and John Wilkes Booth, who would be his assassin. On March 4th, 1865, President Lincoln was being re-inaugurated for his second term of office here at the U.S. Capitol. And as part of the ceremony, he was sworn in the Senate chamber, which is to the right as we're looking west here. He was sworn in by the Chief Justice, and then the President and all of the justices walked from the Senate chamber through the building, through the great circular hall of the rotunda, and came out here onto the East Portico, which is behind me. And Lincoln then gave one of his most famous speeches. But we're here because of what happened as the president was crossing the rotunda. A young man frantically tried to break through the line of Capitol Police that was cordoning off the path of travel for the president and the justices. There was a great crowd all here and inside the rotunda, and the cordoned off line was to keep the crowd out as the president and the justices made their way to the East Portico. This man tried his hardest to break through the line of Capitol Police, and he insisted he had every right to be with the president. He insisted he belonged there. He took out a pass that he had for the inauguration, and he showed it to the police. The police grabbed the man. They wouldn't let him go, but there was an element of doubt in their minds. Perhaps this was a young congressman that they just didn't know. He seemed so self-assured. He seemed so cultured in his manner of speaking to them. He was very well dressed and handsome. And so, although they did seize him and they held on to him and they didn't let him join the procession or get near the president, they noted that this had occurred. Well, the president came out to the East Portico. It was just as we see it today. It had, however, some wooden stands here to make more people able to be on the platform with the president. And there was a whole crowd here listening to his second inaugural address. And he made one of his most famous speeches. It was his great speech proffering reconciliation toward the defeated South. This was March 4th, 1865. The rebellion was well on its way to being crushed, and President Lincoln held out an olive branch. He said, "With malice toward none, with charity for all, let us make a lasting peace. Let us bind the nation's wounds, and let us make a lasting and just peace." That was one of his most famous speeches that he made. Little did he know that he had only slightly more than 1 month to live before John Wilkes Booth would, in fact, end his life by assassination on Good Friday, April 14th, 1865, here in Washington City over at Ford's Theater. It was only after the assassination that 4 of the Capitol Police who were involved in restraining the young man who tried to break through remembered, and they were positive that that young man had been John Wilkes Booth. And John Wilkes Booth indeed did have a pass to the event. He had obtained this pass through Lucy Hale, his girlfriend, if you like, or fiance, if you believe that he had proposed marriage to her. And John Wilkes Booth knew very well that Lucy Hale was the daughter of a prominent U.S. senator. He was actually at that time nominated to be the ambassador to Spain, named John Hale. And Senator Hale was a prominent abolitionist. John Wilkes Booth dated his daughter, a very, very odd circumstance. And through his daughter, Lucy Hale, John Wilkes Booth obtained the pass to attend the inauguration here on March 4th, 1865. And it happened right here at the U.S. Capitol, and that's why we're showing this to you in our Profiles in Terrorism series.